brave messenger dogs who connected people before modern times. Before the 20th century, dogs played many roles in the lives of people. They guarded homes, herded sheep, hunted game, and offered friendship. Among these duties, one of the most remarkable was their work as messenger dogs. Long before radios or telephones, dogs carried messages between villages, camps, and battlefields. Their loyalty, sharp senses, and speed made them valuable in times when human couriers faced danger or delay. The earliest records of messenger dogs come from ancient times. In Greece and Rome, armies often used dogs for military service. They ran between units carrying small packets or written orders tied to their collars. Some were trained to travel long distances through rough terrain where horses or men could not pass easily. People admired their skill and bravery, and many were treated as trusted members of the army. In the Middle Ages, when castles and fortresses stood far apart, dogs again helped carry important news. Nobles and soldiers sometimes trained them to run between estates or watchtowers. The dogs would bring short written messages or small items that had to be delivered in secret. They were less likely than humans to draw attention or be stopped on the road. Travelers in those days often told stories about brave hounds who crossed forests or rivers to bring word of danger or rescue. Shepherds and farmers also relied on messenger dogs. In rural areas, people lived miles apart with few safe paths between them. A dog could be trusted to travel from one farm to another to deliver a note or a token. The dogs often learned the routes by heart. They could find their way through fog, snow, and rain. Many families raised dogs who served as both helpers and messengers, passing news of births, deaths, and harvests. In some parts of the world, like the snowy lands of northern Europe, messenger dogs worked with sled teams. They carried news between trading posts or villages that were otherwise cut off in winter. People trusted them because they could move fast through deep snow and find their way home, even in storms. Their instincts guided them better than any human map could. During the age of exploration, sailors and traders also used dogs to carry messages. On islands or coastal forts, dogs ran between ships and shore with notes or signals. Sometimes they swam across short stretches of water, with sealed letters tied safely around their necks. The sight of a wet, determined dog climbing onto the dock was often the first sign that new orders or news had arrived. In times of war before the modern age, messenger dogs saved lives. In the 18th and 19th centuries, when armies faced each other across wide battlefields, dogs carried commands and maps through gunfire and smoke. They moved quickly and quietly, avoiding the dangers that human runners faced. Many soldiers grew deeply attached to these animals, knowing that their courage often meant survival for the men waiting for help or direction. The training of these dogs was based on trust and patience. Handlers taught them to follow specific routes, to recognize signals, and to return to their master. The dogs had to ignore fear, loud sounds, and strange smells. They were rewarded not only with food, but with affection and praise. Their sense of duty came from loyalty, not from fear. By the end of the 19th century, new ways of communication began to appear. The telegraph and later the telephone made it easier to send messages across long distances. The need for messenger dogs slowly declined in cities and towns. Yet, in many remote or dangerous areas, people still depended on them. The memory of their service remained strong, and stories of their bravery were passed down through generations. Messenger dogs of the past remind us that even before machines connected the world, animals played a vital part in keeping people linked. They carried not only messages, but also hope, warning, and love. Their work showed how deep the bond between humans and dogs could be, built on trust, loyalty, and courage that no distance could break.